How you doing? This is Taurean Prince, and you're watching The American Athlete. The teams who win championships and win a lot of games have one, if not two of those guys that are just willing to do everything, whether it's taking a charge or getting on the floor for a loose ball. My name's Taurean Prince. I'm a professional basketball player for the Brooklyn Nets. Well, I was a 5/4 man growing up in high school, and then when I got to college, I became a power forward. And so my junior year, I kind of made that transition to being a small forward and handling the ball and doing things on the perimeter. So I think it's not necessarily shooting or necessarily a dribble move. It was just the transition from position to position. And it's a huge difference having to guard those positions and come off pick and rolls and do the things you're supposed to do as a small forward. So I think that was probably the biggest adjustment in my career.
As Prince's basketball evolution was underway, his family faced changes of their own. At one point, they had to move into temporary housing, which became an influential moment in Taurean's life.
I think everybody goes through something. It's just a matter of what it is. And I think that was just something that helped build me, give me a lot of character as a young man. I think it's kind of helped me who I am right now for my children and the people I'm around every day.
Was basketball and sports kind of like an outlet for you?
It was, but there were times where we couldn't get to those certain things, so it was like more family. I think that's why I'm big on family and have the patience and the want to elevate those around me.
Taurean's been fortunate to help a lot of people, including his family, and when he was drafted 12th overall, it was a moment none of them will ever forget.
It was surreal, especially being that it was just another situation where I was looked at as a guy who would be picked later on. And to go number 12 was a dream come true, and I still remember it to this day, and my family does too, so I think that kind of set us apart from the life we had previous, and I think it's helped others build that ambition as well to want to do better for themselves.
Prince has always been dedicated to improving his game and believes everyone in the NBA should be paying more attention to defense.
I think it's very underrated. I could be a better defender myself. It just comes with great health and just great will, I think, from within, just wanting to not have whoever you're guarding score on you and making it tough for them as tough as possible. And I feel like me being somebody who guards the best players night in, night out, my job is just to make it as difficult as possible. As a professional, you got to realize that there's other professionals too, and that are great at scoring, so you can't get discouraged or allow one play to affect the next. Obviously, it depends on where the ball is, and that dictates the position of the front line defense and backside. But if whoever it may be has the ball on the opposite wing, you just gotta kind of be ready for that backside defender on the bottom block that's guarding the opposite dude in the corner to come over and help if anybody on that right side gets blown by or from the top of the key. Call that most important guy. And then as he comes over from his dude in the corner, the opposite top wing has to drop down to be able to dictate whether that pass is going to the corner or wing where he just came from. When it comes playoff time, things definitely turn up and intensity gets higher. It's definitely the same game and same guys, but intensity is definitely 10 times more. You're having position meetings. It is team, but you kind of like get dissected in position, and you got to kind of lock in on guys and what they do, whether they go rebound or not. Literally one slip up at the wrong time could cost you the game, so I think that's where the intensity comes from. Attention to detail and knowing who's doing what and when they're doing it is very key to have success in the playoffs. Me and my father, we have a company called Kids Hoops. We take 6 girls, 6 boys, and we mentor them, and we connect with their parents to make sure that they're having that right attention at home with the homework and things that they need to do to get better as young children. I think that's something that I had in my father growing up. He was always in my classrooms, talking to my teachers, making sure I was doing right. So to give that same kind of structure to kids and just to see how they elevate and it helps them, I think it's good. As a young kid, I was never given anything, so I think I carry that with me now. I don't expect anything from anybody. So kids that go through things, I feel like it's kind of sheltered in a way in their mind. Mentally, they feel like they don't need anybody besides the people they're around. I think that's good for somebody to be able to relate with and see somebody at the end where they want to be and just know that it's going to take some things to get there, but they got somebody by their side. On the basketball front, well, this is my contract year, so hopefully God blesses me with a great season to be able to set up my side of the family and people around me for a very long time. And outside, just continue to get better as a human being, as a father, as a family man, as a brother, son.